1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, mother. Up. 1, 2, 3.
Hello and welcome to the Boomtown Hoops post-game show. The Oklahoma City Thunder just lost to the Phoenix Suns by 27 points, and we thought very seriously about not doing this show at all. However, here we are with Bobby and Cody and Josh and Jesse once again, and we're just going to talk about it, get right into it, guys. What happened here today? Well, just explain to me like I'm 5.
Well, I initially was going to be ruled out of this here show for rest reasons, but you know what? I decided to show up, bring my hard hat on, and talk about this garbage game.
Fair enough.
To put it simply, we didn't have 6 of our 7 best players, and they were playing for something we weren't. And when that happens, sometimes you get blown out by the Suns. That's kind of where we ended up.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh, I just pulled it up. No Shea, Steven, Nerlens, Danilo, or Dennis. What happened? Is that what happened?
Yeah, what happened is nobody played. Yeah, that's what happened. And, you still had – I thought maybe, you have Chris Paul still and, Dort's going to run some point. Maybe they could hang around. And they had a great first quarter. It was very similar to the Memphis game, really, in that way. Came out hot shooting, and it just didn't last long. Once DeAndre Ayton got in there, it got ugly quick because you have Muscala on DeAndre Ayton. That's not a matchup you like. And nobody played. So I'm gonna write this one off as anytime you don't have that many key players, very few NBA teams will beat another NBA team. So it's fine.
Fair enough. Jesse, how'd you feel about it?
I mean, honestly, I don't ever go into a game expecting to lose, but when I saw who all we had out, and then I think they started subbing in, and Deontay came in the first. And, I mean, at that point, I thought they looked good in the first, and that's pretty much all you could really ask.
I think it's a bad sign anytime Deontay Burton is in the game in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Things have gone terribly awry.
Yes.
Cody, you mentioned it before we went live. The Thunder just totally lost themselves after the first quarter. Can you speak about that?
Yeah, really bad. After leading 37-23 after the first quarter, we're outscored 105-64 the rest of the game.
That's good.
I think that's really what it comes down to. I mean, you get outscored that much, you're going to lose a game. So,
yeah. And Josh, you briefly mentioned it. DeAndre Ayton was not there at the beginning. First quarter, Thunder lead by 14 at the end of it. He shows back up. Apparently, he missed a COVID test yesterday. Had to get positive results before he was allowed on the court. Did that, I guess, at some point in the first quarter, showed up for the second, and things totally changed. And it's not like he had a crazy game. 10 points, 6 rebounds, but he was a plus 22. Everything changed for DeAndre Ayton and the Suns once he got on the court. Anything else to say about that? What did you guys see out there once he started matching up with Muscala? Bobby?
Well, DeAndre Ayton, like you said, he had an okay impact on the stat book. 10 points, 6 rebounds. But where he really made the biggest difference is screening for other players, getting them open looks. Devin Booker, I feel like he just freed up everything once Ayton got out there. And, I mean, it completely changed the game for the Suns, allowed them to, not have to play small anymore. They could actually do their game. And, I mean, plus 22. That says all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned Devin Booker, 35 points in 29 minutes. Cody, talk to me a little bit about Booker and should we go ahead and play like the half court 3? Do we want to go ahead and just get that out of the way? In the third quarter, he just totally lost his mind and shot from half court and saying that's when you pretty much do.
Steps into the deep 3 and one.
Just not what you want to see. Cody?
Yeah, he's just been on fire since the bubble started. It's kind of crazy. You're seeing his ascension to superstar status right now. I was really excited to see how Dort would do on him. This was probably Dort's most meh game in the bubble so far. I just thought that he wasn't able to slow him down, and no one was going to be able to stop Booker tonight, honestly.
No, Jesse, how'd you feel about Booker? And I mean, we had called Dort the Kingslayer after he shut down LeBron. That's not what happened here today.
Yeah, I feel like Booker definitely won that matchup today. Yeah, kind of off night from Dort, I thought. But honestly, in the third, when Booker started hitting and then we were kind of struggling offensively, like that was just kind of it.
Yeah, it really was. It just totally looked dead. Josh, anything to say about Devin Booker and his whatever that was?
Yeah, I mean, he's making shots from practically half court, getting Dame Lillard PTSD from it, seeing it. And, it's tough. I mean, he's making shots like that. What are you going to do? I can't believe that he's only 23. He feels like he's been around so much longer than that. He's such a talented offensive player. I'll be curious to see if he sticks with Phoenix, how long he sticks with Phoenix. If he does, you got Draymond Green already tampering for him. So
right,
he's a problem. He's a problem. He doesn't like when people. Yeah, he doesn't like when people dive after balls. Apparently, got mad at Hamadou whenever Diallo went after a loose ball, and he doesn't like when people defend him in pickup games. So he just doesn't like being touched. That's what we learned about Devin
Two
Booker.
Kentucky guys going at each other's neck a little bit. That's unfortunate to see. Bobby, anything to say about Devin Booker?
I mean, the kid's definitely about to be an all-star. Hard to – well, he is
He just
an all-star.
was an all-star.
I'm talking about this – the guy's legit. Definitely the type of player that's the future of the NBA right there. Booker's incredible. And, despite the fact they beat us, I would really love to see the Suns in the playoffs. Might be a long shot, but still. Yeah. I need that Cinderella story. We lost March Madness. Give me the Suns Cinderella.
Fair enough.
I would really like, just to hop in, I hope there's a way. I need to look at the standings, but if the Grizzlies could just fall out and we get Suns Blazers, that would be perfect scenario. It's pretty close. I think it could still happen.
There's a lot in play still. And at some point we can set aside like 2 or 3 hours and talk about our feelings that, Devin Booker was only one draft spot away from being selected by the Thunder. And we got Campaign instead, who also played today, I might add, for Phoenix. I won't. Not today, I won't. All right, so let's I guess we'll go ahead and get into it. 2 fairly significant losses to Memphis and now Phoenix over the last few days. Is this anything to be worried about whenever you take a look at who played and who didn't play? I think that paints a different picture than just the scoreboard. Cody, are you worried about this team at all?
No, not really. A lot of injuries the past couple games. You haven't had Dennis Schroeder since the first game. Haven't been able to get that 3-guard lineup rhythm. And, I'm not too worried. Just, really hoping that we can get everybody back for Wednesday's game, and hopefully Dennis can get back to the bubble soon. And I think we can get rolling, hopefully.
Yeah. Jesse, you worried?
Not necessarily. I mean, whenever we started seeing who all would be out for this game, I think it played out the way we all thought that it would. With that said, of course, I want more people back for the next 2 games. I think chemistry is pretty big. So hopefully just a little rest and then we can move on.
Yeah, just a little rest. That's all we need. Josh,
yeah.
You worried?
No, not worried. In fact, actually kind of encouraged, even though they lost by so much. Baisley and Muscala have looked so good these last couple games. Baisley is playing so great. And, the one game they've had everybody, they crushed Utah and they look great in the scrimmages. Now, I still feel very confident as long as they get people back, as long as the chemistry, that would be the one, I guess, is that they haven't had very much games all together in the bubble, but I'm definitely not worried.
Yeah, and I mentioned in our last show that Mike Muscala is the best center in the league, and with 11 points today, I think my point has been furthered. Bobby, are you worried?
I'll just keep it sweet and simple. Nah. Just as I wasn't too excited about, beating the lowly Wizards, I'm not too upset about the Oklahoma City Blue taking a loss to, a Suns team that is really, the hottest team in the bubble. So, you know what? We'll talk in a week when the playoffs start.
I think it's fair to say that it was less than not being excited about you said the Wizards shouldn't even be in the bubble.
I said they don't even want to be there.
Fair enough. Which might be worse. Okay, so sometimes we hand out the player of the game. I'm not going to do that because we all know who it is. Darius. Guys, let's talk about him before we say goodbye. Let's end on a high note. Had a huge game today. Another 20-point game, back-to-back. making him the first Thunder rookie to do so since Russ and Harden. Starting to reach some weird plateaus with Darius where I'm making connections I probably shouldn't make to legends. So, Bobby, how you feel about Darius after this one?
Well, last episode I called him the brunch god. This game started a little bit later, but I tell you, matinees, once again, this is the second time ever he scored 20 points.
Fair.
So back-to-back 20-point games. I'm just saying, science, people.
It's science. Jesse, how you feel about Baze today?
Yeah, I think he definitely likes the day games. He pretty much picked up right where he ended. I think he did kind of slow down in the second half, but overall, it was a great game.
It was. And I'm going to play a couple of his clips before I let Cody talk about this man. This is another KD comparison that I received on Twitter, by the way. I mean,
Foot was on the line, though.
Okay.
That was barely. He was behind
Don't
it.
do that.
Just barely behind it.
Come on, man. We lost by 27. And then we had a dunk in transition, playing back and forth with Chris Paul.
Yeah, this was
beautiful.
nice. Yeah.
I just get unrealistic watching it. Cody, how'd you feel?
Like you said, first Thunder rookie back-to-back 20-plus scoring efforts since Howard and Russ. First double-double for a rookie since Sabonis since January 2017. So thought that was interesting. 8 of 16, 22 and 10. Man, just out there. He's gaining some confidence. It's awesome. Can't wait to see him, kind of mature. And hopefully this is just kind of his coming out party for the squad.
It certainly looks like it. Josh, how do you feel?
Yeah, Cody said gaining confidence is definitely what I've noticed. I feel like he is playing very comfortable. All the guys out, he pretty much just stepped in like, okay, I can be one of the best players on the team. Sure, let's go. I love the energy he brings. He has such a great personality. His upside is so high. Kind of some same stuff I said yesterday. The upside is clearly there, and I think he's a guy that Thunder fans are going to like for a really long time.
He's a guy. We like that. All right, we are back at it on Wednesday against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. We're actually playing at night this time, which will be interesting because we've been doing these weird brunch and matinee games here for a few days. How are you guys feeling about it? What are you looking forward to on Wednesday? Cody, talk to me.
Yeah, hopefully we can get some of our guys back to full health. Hopefully we get Adams out there. Adams and Noel down there will be awesome, a good key. Hate to harp on it, but I really want to see Dort on Butler just to see him play some good defense again. Hopefully he can get some stuff working, and hopefully Dennis is back Friday.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Josh, how are you feeling about Wednesday against Miami?
Yeah, same thing I said yesterday as far as, if Steve and Nerlens, all these guys play, then it's a chance for a really good test against a team that I think the Heat are really good. And I think they have a chance to surprise some people in the East. And it would be a great win if they can get it. And they're one win away from locking up that 5 seed. So they got to, put all hands on deck. Hopefully people are back, and it would be a really big confidence boosting win. They've kind of so far in the bubble beat the good teams and lost to the bad teams kind of. So Heat's a good team. So I like our chances. Yeah,
absolutely. Jesse, how are you feeling about Wednesday?
I just hope that the lineup looks a little bit more what we're accustomed to. I think whenever the schedule first came out, this was a game that I kind of marked and I was looking forward to. So right. I just hope it is a good game, and maybe we have some more of our guys out there.
I appreciate that. And nothing against Nader, but I don't want to see him in the starting lineup.
No.
Bobby,
No.
Talk to me about Wednesday.
Well, if it is a real game, I'd be very excited. Although at this point, looks like we're heading towards a Billy Donovan, Eric Spoelstra point guard matchup where they'll both have to suit up, which would be equally exciting. But, honestly, at this point, I'm ready for playoff basketball. And if we get one, nice little treat of, real basketball before the playoffs, that'd be great. The Heat are a fun matchup for us. And, yeah, I'm in either way, so.
Yeah, well, I don't think Spoelstra wants any bit of Billy D smoke. The man has 2 technicals already in the bubble, so he's clearly got an attitude problem right now. All right, that wraps it up. We're not going to talk about the Phoenix Suns much longer. That was brutal. So we're just going to move on and get back to it on Wednesday night against Miami. We will be joining all of you beautiful people after that game wraps up. And you know what time it is. You already know what I'm going to do.
Oklahoma, oh, City Thunder, hey, hey! rock in the OKC, in the OKC, in the OKC. We like to rock in the OKC, in the